question for you, babe. If it ain't love, why does it feel so good? Why does it feel so good?
Hey, what is going on everyone? Welcome back to another Clash Royale video, and in today's video we are going to be covering the part 3 of the Night Witch challenge. Now, I am so sorry guys, I did not make this video any earlier. I've been pretty busy and I'm still going to be busy until the 15th because that is when my last exam is, so please do not expect the 300 subscriber special until a bit after, maybe 2 or 3 days after that, because like I said, exams, I really need to focus. I'm just covering this part 3 before it becomes really irrelevant. So in today's video we are going to be doing 2 or 3 fights from the challenge again, and one more ladder match for my third account. And that also reminds me guys, there's one thing I really need to just put out there so you guys know. I am actually no longer in possession of the third account. Yeah, my friend who was the original owner of the account, and well, just the person who owned the Gmail and stuff that it was connected to, he actually deleted his account for whatever reason. So yeah, rip level 9, and it's no longer mine guys. So I pushed the account up to like 3,700 trophies plus, and it was still level 9. I was holding back on leveling up, but still level 9, 3,700 trophies and above with a level 2 Night Witch. I'm gonna miss that account guys so much. It sucks so bad to lose it, but I can't do anything about it now. The account is gone, so I gotta live with it. And what I'm doing in the meantime is I'm actually just starting up a new account. I started it like just a day ago, or really just like 2 days really, and within 1 day I made it to Pekka's Playhouse. I made it to Babul as like a level 1, and Pekka's Playhouse as a level 2, then Spell Valley as a level 3. Currently I'm Spell Valley level 4 right now because I'm lagging and I can't really play much, so I upgraded a few things here and there. Anyways, back to the match now. If you would have noticed before, what I did was I actually split the bats from the Night Witch when I had a bomber on the left and then E-Wiz on the right. That was so that I could just mitigate the damage from the Electro Wizard without having to spend the Night Witch solely just to counter it. So yeah, that's what I was talking about in the tutorial video about splitting the bats so that you could defend one lane lightly or just distract something briefly. That is like a perfect example of what I was talking about. So my opponent here now, he's pretty behind, and what is he gonna do? He's gonna go super aggressive here with the balloon and barbarians. I guess it was an alright trade for him considering the archer there just barely managing to kill off the minions. So what I do is I abandon that tower and just rush straight for the right tower there. And as you can see, the Night Witch that I dropped in the pocket there, she just went straight for the king, and she saw the other Night Witch hitting the crown tower, so she must have been like, nah, you got this fam, and just went straight to work on that king. And look at the damage that is being done there folks. She took out almost like 3/4 or maybe half health of the king there. That is just insane. So as time is just running out, we managed to take the second tower there just on that 3-minute marker. So that was really awesome there, and well played if I do say so myself, with just that one random poison I made earlier in the match. So that was a waste. And now folks, we move on to match number 2. Now, just because I said I lost the account doesn't mean all is really gone. I actually have quite a few replays that I did not get the chance to cover, so in between I'll try to throw them in here and there. There's some interesting stuff really, just I gotta find the time, man. It's just really hard to find the time to do these videos, so that's why I don't really upload every day, and I hope you guys can forgive me for that. Now my opponent here, even though I cannot say his name for the life of me really, he gets a pretty interesting prince deck because he has cheap spear goblins, he's got the minions, he's got fireball, wizard, and fire spirit, so he has quite a few ways to really bring that prince onto my side, which I am not happy about. And I took the battle ram for several reasons, because one, you can't just straight up counter a battle ram with almost anything. It is possible to counter it with quite a few cards, but not everyone is really expecting a battle ram, so it's a really fair choice to take. And the reason why I like battle ram almost a little more than Hog Rider is because you can use Battle Ram on defense more than a Hog. I mean, picture it guys, how is a Hog gonna help you out on defense besides kiting something into the other lane maybe, or just distracting something for a brief second? The Battle Ram, the beauty of the Battle Ram, sorry, is that you can kite things into the other lane or just drop it straight up on the troops like a wizard or an executioner, and chances are they'll buy you enough time to get to another counter card, or maybe even counter the card completely that you're trying to defend. And it just presents a lot of pressure. Trust me, when a Battle Ram connects to a tower, that damage is insane. Then you have to deal with the barbarians. That's why some people run the Battle Ram and Miner. It's a deadly combo. So when you have the Miner going in first, he really... Actually no, when you have the Battle Ram going in first, it tanks for the Miner. When it pops, the Miner tanks for the barbarians. And it's just a really insane payout for damage. So try it sometime guys, you'll probably enjoy it. And my opponent here is being really stressed out here by all these bats, so he has to constantly spend a lot of elixir, and I'm just defending really cheaply, so I got quite a few good counters. Now, before I did not pull the Goblin Barrel to the king, but that was because I was already splitting the skeleton army before I even knew he had it. So yeah, when I see it the second time, I do not hesitate at all. So it is time to wake up that king. Rise and shine my boy, it is time to get straight to work. So we've got a prince coming in, a wizard, fire spirits, things are looking hot guys. So I dropped the Battle Ram and it is almost instantly vaporized, but it bought us just enough time, as you would have seen there, to quickly dispose of that wizard and stuff. The Mega Minion goes into tank and it just buys me just enough time to sneak the Miner in and have him tank for the Night Witch. So that is just utter destruction there on the right tower, and the Dart Goblin is still going strong. My friend here, he doesn't give up, and I failed the skeleton army. Honestly, what you're supposed to do is place it on the back of the arena tower, not on the side like I did. I just panicked. I'm not used to using skeleton army, but look at this, the Battle Ram Miner combo and Night Witch and the Dart Goblin. That tower is just dead guys. I mean, think about it, so many bats just spawning right as the Battle Ram covers for the Night Witch. That's just GG wrecked folks. So I really hope that you all are enjoying these fights so far, and that you would understand why I make certain decisions depending on the situation. So we move on to the next match here, Night Witch or Graveyard. We're definitely going to take that Night Witch. Ewiz or Executioner, this is a tough one folks. I take the Executioner because it is a perfect counter to the Night Witch once used correctly. Now Battle Ram or Miner, this is another tough one folks, so let's just take the Miner just to be safe, because you can always send in a Miner just to make a last second push with your remaining support troops. So that Miner and Night Witch are gonna do work, and as I said before, Battle Ram and the Night Witch can also work pretty well depending on the situation. So my opponent here, Lonzito I guess it is, he drops an early Inferno Dragon, not sure why, and then a Valkyrie at the bridge. What are you doing man? This is not high level gameplay at all, trust me guys. So what I do is I drop the Executioner in hopes to just tank for the Inferno Dragon there and die out. And what actually happened there folks, I was aiming to place the Dart Goblin to defend the Graveyard from the other lane, but what actually happened was I placed him a little bit too far, so he just wandered off and just, you know, screw it fam, just you guys handle your own story there. So I also threw that prediction log there because I suspected he had something like a skeleton army or maybe the Goblin Gang, but I was halfway right, and it's just that he had it out of rotation, so it was kind of a waste of a log. And what happens now? He punishes me by dropping a Battle Ram and the Goblin Gang. So just rip my the Barbarian Hut. I was actually hoping to just get a decent push flowing with it, but he just immediately destroys it with an even elixir trade, so gotta live with that. And what's gonna happen now? He's gonna go with that same combo again. He's coming with the Inferno Dragon and the Valkyrie, so I have Ice Wizard tank for both of them, and look at where I placed the Dart Goblin so that it snipes the Inferno Dragon from a safe point. And what is going on guys? We have a nasty counter push going, just like I said, with the Miner and the Dart Goblin as well as the Ice Wizard, so that was a ton of chip damage just done in the blink of an eye, and I was really pleased by it. So just gonna send in a log there, value log really, and that Electro Wizard's still there, kinda iffy about countering it, but I decided to hold back a little bit longer just to save my elixir. and just invest with that barbarian hut once more so we can get things going. Now my opponent here drops the Valkyrie at the bridge yet again. Well, not at the bridge, but just defensively there. This time it was kind of alright. A better use of the Valkyrie this time, but overall, again, this guy, I don't really think he can play that well. So this time the Dart Goblin finally turns around and just helps out on defense quite a few times actually. So thank you for listening for once, Dart Goblin. You finally served your purpose. And what's with this tornado? Why would you tornado a bunch of troops just for an E-Wiz to hit them? Now, if you're using Executioner, Wizard, or Sparky, anything like that, or Bomber, it makes sense that you tornado, but not an E-Wiz, guys. But for your own sake, do not ever tornado and use an E-Wiz. I mean, you can do that depending on the situation, but not against a horde of troops that have high HP. That's just like asking for a 3 crown or something like that, because it'll be just a big waste of elixir. Alrighty folks, we are done with the Night Witch challenge. Finally, it is done. So we're going to do one more ladder match here on the level 9 account, and to my surprise really, when I started this match, it was actually against another level 9. Now granted, I was at 4,000. No, what am I saying, 4,000? There's no way I can get a level 9 at 4,000, is there? Anyways, what was really going on here, I was at around 3,600 at the time, and I was really surprised to see another level 9 because there are just so few level 9s up there. I mean, there are some, don't get me wrong, there are some, but overall there aren't that many. So if you see one up there, just play carefully, guys. Do not laugh, do not underestimate them. And yeah, this guy has like it just seems that he has the perfect counters at all the right times. So he has log for my princess there, and he just laughs BM, just I don't know. I sent the miner in there just to try to take out the tower quickly with the bats, and he has arrows on top of that too. Like, what is going on? Why does this guy have straight up counters to my decks? That's just so I don't know. It's just like really depressing really when you think about it, because I got my hopes up using the princess in defense, she dies. I get my hopes up on taking the tower with the quick counter push with the bats from the Night Witch, and they die. So can't really do anything here folks, and generally it is kind of iffy going with a lighter tank into a heavier tank. What I mean by this is going the same lane against, let's say, using the giant, which is less HP, against the same lane with the golem, which has way more HP. So yeah, it is just really confusing sometimes, and I'm honestly not sure what the best call is. Sometimes it's better going the other lane, but if your opponent can commit and defend cheaply, just be careful guys, because when a golem is rolling down your tower or lane really, it can get really scary, trust me. And look at this, again, the Night Witch switches lanes on her own. Like, what the heck is up with this Night Witch? My Night Witches are just glitchy on the whole. In fact, almost all my troops are just glitchy at some point in time. I waste that miner there thinking that the Night Witch would really destroy everything. She doesn't quite do the job, and what's gonna happen here? We have another monster push coming in. 2 Electro Wizards. I mean, come on man, we do not want to get permastunned. What I mean by this is just like, there's a certain time you can get where both Electro Wizards really just, they manage to lock troops in certain positions for really long, and it's just like they can't do anything on their own. Now look at this here guys, the Musketeer is getting targeted by the tower. My opponent here drops the Knight to block the musket, but the placement of the miner pulls the Knight into the back, and the Musketeer retargets onto the tower just as the timer runs out, and we did it folks. We managed to take that tower there just in the nick of time. So that was really awesome there, and I'm just stockpiling troops now honestly, because he doesn't have proper counters to everything in rotation. Lose the princess again, and everything is actually dying out now because the Goblin Gang is a suitable counter to the Night Witch. So well played there, Kek. I think that's his name. If anyone knows how to pronounce these names that are on the screen, please let me know down in the comments. I cannot read these people's names. They're just so confusing. So what is going on here? He is dropping a golem onto my side. I tried to troll the golem and pull it back just a second, and I failed myself. Do not try this at home folks, it is not going to work out. But thanks to the Night Witch and the musket, as well as the miner there on the tower, but the Ewiz retargets and stuff, we just barely managed to scrape away that second crown. Because if you look at the King Tower there, that is just going to be a 3-crown push really. If it had just one more second maybe to boot, we'd have been screwed, guys.
Oh, now you fucked up. 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 You have fucked up now. Run. No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Alrighty folks, that is going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed the just funny edits I try to make at the end of most of these videos. Now, just remember something folks, I do not always have funny material to just edit in at the end. So do not get your hopes up for every single video and expect them. I will put them in when I can and if I have the time to edit. So that's going to wrap things up for today's video. I'd really like to thank each and every one of you for coming out today. And just remember folks, if you keep on digging, you'll eventually strike gold. But even then, keep on digging deeper. You'll eventually come across something even more worth your while. Anyways, that is going to wrap things up again for today's video. Hope you all enjoyed. And if you are enjoying these types of videos that I put out, do me a favor and just share them with any friends, family, or anyone in particular that you think would enjoy the type of content that I am putting out. Anyways, thanks for stopping by again everyone, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Peace out guys.